Good afternoon guys, Max Norbury here again from howtotrade.com. The video today guys is going to be about my life story. It's going to be about my life story in terms of the financial markets. Now, I do not want, this is a disclaimer, I do not want you immediately thinking Wolf of Wall Street style story. Okay, I am not going to make this an 18. It's going to be the PG version of my life. But I really want to share with you my experiences, what I struggled with personally. It's entirely unscripted as well, this video. It's just think about it, me sat down the pub with you, over a couple of drinks, just talking about, just chewing the fat over kind of my career in the markets, if you like. Now guys, I'm going to start right back in the day. So I was 19 years old. That's where the journey begins. 19 years old. I was living with my parents still. I was working a part-time job back then, which I actually held on to for a while. I was super interested in the financial markets because of a movie. Okay, and it was actually Wall Street, the 1987 Michael Douglas film. If you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend it. It is not trading on the charts or anything like that. It's nothing to do with that kind of chart work per se. It's more the old school stock trading on the phones, things like that. And I absolutely loved the lifestyle that he had, wearing the suits, the super nice penthouse office, penthouse apartments in the office space on the top floor of the skyscrapers in New York City. I loved it. From that point on, that was it for me. And that led me to the financial market. So when I was 19 years old, I decided to jump in. Now, trading by this time, bearing in mind I'm 31 now, 19 years, it was 11 years ago now. Back then, trading on the charts, it was just like, I don't think personally, apart from the technology side of things that has obviously gotten better over time, nothing really has changed too much. Technology's got better. The charting access that we all have as retail traders has got better and improved over time, but generally it was the same. I started out with nothing. I had a $500 account. I was a retail trader trying to make my way in the markets, and I was self-taught. I watched endless YouTube videos, I was reading books, and just going through the motions, the same motions that probably you have gone through as well. All of these motions, they are the same at the end of the day. Some traders get amazing opportunities. A couple of my colleagues, they started in a very different neck of the woods than myself, but I really did come from an average person. I was just the normal person that worked his way up. Now, after about 18 months of losing money in the markets and using the part-time wages I had to fund trading accounts and going through those motions, I actually turned over a consistent profit of about 3 months. Then for another maybe 14 to 18 months after that, it was month-on-month gains. But remember guys, I was trading a very tiny portion of money. So when I say it was month-on-month gains, I was not seeing the millions that I had originally joined the forex market for. I was actually seeing probably like £10 and £20 a month. I was able to buy myself a pint of lager and a packet of crisps. Anyone who's in the UK will know what that means. It was a very long and arduous grind, and the original thing, I joined the markets was I got super hyped up by the lovely cars and all of that stuff drawing me in, especially from that film I told you about, Wall Street, getting driven around in limousines and stuff. It sounded amazing. Whereas I was in my little bedroom at my parents' house, part-time job, and making, probably a few quid a week consistently. And after that, I really needed to step up the game. This is where proprietary trading really came into play, and this is what helped me a significant amount. Because when I made the jump from a retail trading account to a proprietary fund, and they actually brought me on board, they accepted me, they gave me the induction and everything, I really expanded my knowledge base, and it was superb. Because I went from a self-taught trader from YouTube videos and books to then scaling myself right up onto the benchmark with the floor traders for the prop firm. Now, I didn't work on the floor itself because it was over in Chicago, but they offered me remote capital access, probably like some of the prop firms you may or may not have heard of nowadays. So there I was, I had my 50k pot of money to begin with, and I scaled that up. Ended up handling quite a lot of money at the end of my sort of career run with the prop firm, and that went really, really well. But they taught me a lot, and they taught me a lot more about the business of trading as opposed to actually trading. They taught me a lot more about risk management. They taught me about weighing off my losses as business expenses. And a lot of these business kind of lessons I learned from those guys and my mentors and my peers at that prop firm in Chicago, which really excelled my sort of trading career to the next level. And it got a lot, my pace of learning was a lot faster with them than it had been previously. So leading from that, I then went to London and I actually landed myself a position which was entirely unpaid for the first year at a firm in the city. This was one hell of an opportunity, I must admit. But I do repeat, it was unpaid. So I worked my butt off for a year, completely unpaid. And I was basically running errands, doing brief market analysis, learning how to chart, learning how to understand fundamentals and economics a little bit more. And these guys were superb. They were the next level on. I thought I'd met some very skilled and amazing people. I mean, I really did at the prop firm, but this firm in London, they really took me away from the retail space and showed me what it was like to be a professional trader. From that point on, after I'd got done from there, I decided, well, my partner and I, we decided, we wanted to have a child, so we wanted to move away from the city. We didn't like the idea of raising a child in the city, although I loved being in the city. So we decided to make the move outside, and I turned into a retail trader, and I've been trading from home ever since. That is the career path in a nutshell, okay? I know that's not filled with the nitty-gritty little bits and pieces. Many of you will be entering the financial markets from a similar position. You will be coming to the financial markets because you have seen probably some FX guru on YouTube, on a YouTube advert, saying that they've got their friend Tom, who doesn't know anything about trading, and he now earns £200 a day trading the forex market using his secret strategy. You have probably been lured in by the really sort of glossy view of things, the nice houses, the nice cars, all the money and stuff like that. Very similar to the way I did. What I found out very soon was actually it was going to be the opposite of that. It is hard work. It is graft. You are going to have to want it more than you've wanted most other things ever before in order to achieve it. And it was quite a hard lesson for me to learn, and especially find out as I was on my own at that beginning point in time. I had no mentors, I had no peers to work or bounce ideas off of. I was alone in that time. And the FX education space has really, really grown. Okay, it's got a lot better, but it's also allowed a lot more sharks into the space that are luring people, new traders possibly like yourself, into making really bad decisions for yourself, thinking that you're going to be the next rich person and get those massive gains and stuff, following these secret recipe strategies. Now, I'm telling you guys that that's just not the way to go forwards. Take it from someone who has literally gone from there down at the floor, living off very little, to then making enough money to have a very comfortable lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying I'm rich. I'm not really super wealthy. I don't drive loads of flashy cars. I've got a basic family carrier so I can sling the dogs in the back, and I've got a Mercedes. It's not a flashy, super sporty Mercedes. It's just your standard C-Class AMG Mercedes. I am not a super flashy person, but I am comfortable with what I have. I am content with what I have. And you never get content with what you have unless you go from the ground to the upside on your own. And when I say on your own, I don't mean without the assistance of help in education and mentors and stuff like that, which are a crucial part to play. But I mean without the lure of flashy cars, loads of money, and ridiculous YouTube video ads and other adverts all over the internet. There's all over the place at the moment. The psychological battles that you will face are extreme. They can be very, very difficult to overcome. But again, this is all stuff that if you find yourself a solid outlet, okay, a good team of mentors that know their stuff, that are dedicated to you in an honest and open way, you can overcome. Now, I know I sound like, oh, you know, he's gonna say about how to trade at the end of the day, at the end of the video, you know, and tell us to join. Yeah, you know what? Damn right I am. I am going to tell you that, because I've actually gone through the trenches from the ground to the sky, and I'm right there now. So I am the most qualified person to be able to guide you and tell you how to go from zero to, I don't want to say hero because it's such a cliche saying, but you know what I mean. Now, this wasn't really supposed to be a video about all of the sharks and about the dangers of you know, the advertisement in the forex industry at the moment, but I think it's quite fitting to take it from someone who has actually gone from zero right the way up, gone through the trenches, faced those difficulties and those hardships, lived on barely anything a month for almost 3 years before being able to have an opportunity in handling a larger account because of the time and the dedication, the effort I put in. Have you ever heard of the saying, guys, everything worthwhile, okay, takes a long time. Nothing easy is, relatively speaking, nothing easy is generally going to be worthwhile at the end of the day. That it rings more true now than ever before. It's been a long journey and I've still got a long way to go. Started out when I was a teenager, I'm now 31 years old, and I don't think I'll stop working in the financial markets and trading my way to the end of my life, I imagine. So guys, take it from someone who knows. Please come and check out the courses and howtotrade.com. Okay, you get access to a 7-day free trial. The courses there are absolutely immense. We don't just focus on secret strategies, okay? We focus on the process. We focus on psychology. We even have modules now on proprietary trading and the kind of things that you'll need to overcome in terms of challenges and verification stages to gain remote capital access so that you can follow the same career path as me without half of the mistakes. Okay? So guys, have an absolutely fantastic day. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that icon as well, the bell icon, so you don't miss out on any new video and content coming out here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, good luck, and above all else, trade safe. I'll see you then.